Meteorologist Carrie Hall joins us now with a look at our hyperlocal forecast. A lot of folks already embarking on their Friday evening, others looking to make weekend plans.
Yeah, and zoo is a good place to go.
Well, there you go. Yeah, even this time of year, it's a good place to go.
Yeah, you just need to bundle up and then just enjoy the cool weather that we have and all of the snow that's still on the ground. A local lookout tonight in Milford, you can see the snow piled up on each side of the road, and just ignore that and go about your evening. And as we go into the next several days, that snow will be staying with us, so we might as well get used to it. Mostly clear skies tonight, and we may have some thin clouds moving in, but overall very quiet and also a sunny start to the day on Saturday. Here's what to expect after a very chilly night with mostly clear skies. You'll need to bundle up and increasing clouds throughout the day on Saturday. Highs reaching near 30 degrees. Scattered snow again on Sunday, and mainly in the afternoon, and it will bring some light accumulation. The forecast showing that there will be some quick passing light snow flurries overnight Saturday into early Sunday, and then a clipper will be moving in from the west and bringing us a better chance of snow. This one lasting for maybe a couple of hours. Very light snow, anywhere up from dusting up to an inch, and down to 10 degrees tonight in Wilton. Yes, it is going to be chilly, and look at Stratford's low, 17 degrees, and some sunshine early in the day on Saturday. You still need the sunglasses, but then you'll be taking them off in the afternoon. Once the clouds roll in, we'll be topping out in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Over the next several days, we are going to be frigid and some light snow on Sunday. It stays cold next week and below freezing, lows in the teens, and another chance of snow in the forecast for Thursday. I'll have another look at the hyperlocal forecast coming up.
Thursday morning. Speaking of that weather, let's get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Carrie Hall. I'm glad it's over with, at least for now, right?
Yeah, Jackie, we get a couple of days to try to dig out from this storm, but keep in mind we've had nearly 2 feet above the normal amount of snow we get at this point. So we've had an extraordinary amount of snow so far this season. We can see it in Fairfield, where they just had 9.8 inches of snow on top of the 8 inches that we had on Monday. So this has been a busy week, and now the radar is taking a rest, and we are going to see mostly clear skies overnight. The system is getting out of here, and we will have some sunshine heading throughout the day on Thursday. Definitely good news, but we have at least a foot of snow on the ground, and it really won't warm up that much as we go through the day on Thursday. Starting out at 5 o'clock at 18 degrees, and in fact it will feel even colder than that. It will feel like it is 10 degrees because it will be breezy with gusts up to 25. 23 degrees will be your temperature at lunchtime. If you're going to try to get outside, play in the snow, it is very hard because of that layer of freezing rain on top of the snow. And it's going to be a cold day. At least we will, though, get some sunshine. Showing in the forecast, not a whole lot. We will have mostly clear skies and another bright and sunny day on Friday. You need the sunglasses to keep that bright light from reflecting off of the snow over the next couple of days, especially while driving. And tonight in New Canaan, expect a low of 16 degrees. Norwalk, a low of 18 degrees. Skies gradually clear, breezy and cooler. In Easton, a low of 15 degrees, while Milford gets down to 19. And throughout the day on Thursday, topping out at 25 degrees in Wilton, and Greenwich a high of 28 degrees. So we are not going to get above freezing. Bridgeport a high of 26, and Woodbridge a high of 25 degrees. We'll only get into the upper 20s the next couple of days after a morning start in the lower teens. By Sunday, we'll be tracking another system moving in, which right now looks to bring us some light snow and some very cold air sticking with us as we go into next week. Maybe even a few more snow flurries on Wednesday. I'll have another look at the hyperlocal forecast coming up.
Continue to fall until tomorrow morning.
Keeping tabs on all of it for us as our meteorologist tonight. We have Carrie Hall with that hyperlocal forecast, and Carrie, it just keeps on falling, doesn't it?
Yeah, Tom and Christy, this is kind of an unusual storm in the sense that it is bitterly cold. Normally it's not in the teens and dropping into the single digits, and we also are seeing a steady snow, a breezy wind. We can see what's happening right now in New Canaan. That snow continues to come down as the crews work hard to try to keep at least a line of the streets clear clear. You can see also someone out there shoveling in the middle of all of this snow. So we are just pretty much getting a widespread snow all across southwestern Connecticut. We're getting it at the same pace. Now, usually when we see different shades of blue here on the radar, we know that some of us are getting a heavier snow, but it looks pretty uniform at this point. All of us seeing a steady snow, and even as we take a close look at what's happening in Stamford, we are not seeing any spots of that town or city getting some heavier amounts. Also around Bridgeport, East Bridgeport, and over toward Stratford, looking closer at the coastline, it is not heavier, but all of us once again getting a pretty widespread moderate snow coming down at this point. And I think this is what we can expect as we go into the overnight hours, and some areas, especially to the south and west of us, getting those darker shades of blue, and that is where the heavier snow is and will most likely stay. As the system slowly pulls off to the east, we will have this lasting for several hours, and also the very cold air to go along with that. Winds starting to pick up mainly at about 25 to 30 miles an hour, and the forecast shows that by 4:30 in the morning there may be some heavier bands of snow. And usually when the snow gets ready to wrap up, there will be a couple of bursts of some heavier snow as that moisture really gets going and that system moves just to the east of us, and then it wraps up by about 8 o'clock in the morning. We see that snow tapering off, cloudy skies left behind, and then through the morning all of this will be coming to an end, but not before dropping 6 to 9 inches of snow, and that will definitely cause a lot of problems early in the morning. But things should start to get better as we go through the day, as some of those streets get cleared up a bit. 13 degrees is where we are now in Wilton, and Reading 12 degrees, Westport 18 degrees, Bridgeport 16, Orange now at 11 degrees. That does not factor in those wind chills. And even when we look at the forecast for the overnight hours, it will be breezy, winds coming out of the northwest, and at times it will feel a lot colder. And then we are still going to see a trend downward as it gets even colder tonight, dropping into the lower teens for a lot of spots. So right now, that current temperature in Easton, only 7 degrees. I think you could possibly get below 0 tonight, so we'll have to closely watch that. Look at the wind speed in Bridgeport, now coming at 30 miles an hour. So that knocks those wind chills below 0, and that's what we are seeing there. Easton, the wind chill 7 degrees, so that's kind of matching the temperature there, and I think at times it may kick up and make it feel a little bit colder. Greenwich, the wind chill now at 1, and there will also be the potential of some coastal flooding with tides about 1.5 to 2 feet above normal. I think we'll see that peaking here in the next hour or two, and then start to seeing those coastal water levels dropping. A steady snow coming as we go into the overnight hours, once again wrapping up by the morning commutes, and we're expecting winds to stay just below 40 miles an hour, but at times it may gust up a little bit higher, and wind chills below 0 not only tonight but also as we go through the day tomorrow. And if you're trying to make plans for your business, for school, or for whatever you have to do tomorrow, we could still have some light snow flurries lasting through noon. 15 degrees, and with the winds kicking up, once again, it will feel like it is below 0 at times. Looking at the 4 o'clock temperature, 14 degrees, the feels like temperature 9 degrees below 0. And we don't see much of an improvement as we go into Saturday, with those highs only reaching into the mid-20s. But we are also going to have a potential for another system early next week, so we'll have a look at that, and also another look at the radar coming up in a few minutes.
Just doesn't get any better, does it?
Another one coming, good Lord.